The most dangerous man is the one who cannot be controlled. Sigma males operate on a different frequency, a level where manipulation, deceit, and fear hold no power. In a world where evil thrives on control and exploitation, Sigma males are a terrifying anomaly. They don't conform to society's hierarchies, don't seek validation, and don't play by the rules that evil people depend on to dominate others. This isn't about being a hero or a rebel. It's about existing in a way that makes you untouchable, unshakable, and ultimately, unstoppable. If you're a Sigma male, or on the path to becoming one, this video is your map to understanding your power and why it shakes the very core of those who thrive on darkness. These 10 shocking truths will not only reveal why evil people fear you, but also how to harness your unique strengths to stay one step ahead. By the end of this video, you'll gain deeper insight into your own nature, as well as the wisdom to deal with the toxic forces in your life. Watch closely, not for the world's approval, but for your own evolution. Remember, your silence is louder than their noise, and your independence is their ultimate fear. Number 1. A natural lie detector. Why Sigma males see through the lies. One of the most fascinating and intimidating traits of Sigma males is their ability to spot lies and manipulation effortlessly. It's not magic, nor is it luck. It's the result of an innate understanding of human behavior and years of observing the patterns that most people miss. While others get distracted by appearances, charm, or clever words, Sigma males focus on what really matters, the intention behind the action. Sigma males don't just listen to what people say, they pay attention to how they say it. The subtle shift in tone, the micro-expressions that betray nervousness, or the hesitation before a response. These are all signals that Sigma males pick up on without even trying. It's like having a built-in radar for deceit, making it nearly impossible for manipulators or liars to slip by unnoticed. What makes this ability even more powerful is the Sigma's silence. They don't immediately call out the lie, which often leaves the manipulator feeling exposed and unsettled. Instead, they let the liar dig their own hole, collecting more evidence and watching the falsehood unravel. By the time the Sigma chooses to act, it's already too late for the manipulator to recover. This unique skill terrifies those with malicious intent. Why? Because evil thrives in deception, and when faced with someone who sees through every lie, their entire strategy falls apart. For a Sigma male, this isn't just about protecting themselves, it's about navigating the world with clarity and purpose. Lies are distractions, and Sigma males don't have time for distractions. Their focus is on truth, growth, and understanding, and that's why they stand out as natural lie detectors in a world full of deception. Number 2, they play the invisible threat, the power of staying under the radar. One of the most unsettling aspects of Sigma males is their ability to operate as an invisible threat. They don't broadcast their intentions, seek recognition, or chase validation, which makes them almost impossible to detect until it's too late. While others loudly proclaim their plans or try to dominate the room, Sigma males prefer to observe quietly, learn, and strategize. This stealth-like approach is what terrifies evil people the most. Evil thrives on knowing its enemies, on studying their weaknesses, provoking reactions, and staying one step ahead. But how do you control someone who doesn't reveal their hand? Sigma males deliberately avoid drawing attention to themselves, which leads manipulators and toxic individuals to dismiss them as passive or irrelevant. This underestimation is their greatest weapon. When conflict arises, Sigma males don't rush in recklessly. Instead, they move in silence, observing every angle and choosing their moment carefully. By the time they strike, whether with words, actions, or a decisive move, they've already dismantled their adversary's plan from the inside out. What makes this even more devastating is that Sigma males often act with precision and purpose. They don't waste time on petty conflicts or emotional outbursts. Their calm, collected demeanor makes their retaliation feel almost surgical, leaving their opponents blindsided and powerless. Invisibility doesn't mean weakness. It's the kind of quiet strength that evil people cannot prepare for. Sigma males don't announce themselves as threats. They simply become one when the moment calls for it. This ability to remain unnoticed while holding immense power is what makes them one of the most feared opponents in any battle, especially against those who thrive on control and domination. At number 3, they expose the limits of fear, breaking the chains of intimidation. Fear is the primary weapon of evil people. They thrive on intimidation, using it to manipulate, control, and dominate others. But when fear encounters a Sigma male, it falls apart. Why? Because Sigma males are virtually immune to it. They don't respond to threats or intimidation the way most people do. They process it with logic, not emotion. Sigma males see fear for what it really is, an illusion, a tool used to exploit insecurities and vulnerabilities. Instead of reacting with panic or submission, they remain calm, detached, and focused. This unshakable composure is terrifying to those who rely on fear as a weapon. When a manipulator realizes their intimidation tactics have no effect, their power begins to crumble. What makes Sigma males even more dangerous is their ability to expose fear's limits to others. They don't just resist fear, they dismantle it. By refusing to be controlled, they set an example for those around them, showing that fear only has power when you allow it. This ripple effect is what evil people truly despise, because once fear loses its grip on one person, it's only a matter of time before it loses its hold on many. Sigma males also understand that fear often hides weakness. The louder and more threatening someone appears, the more insecure they usually are. By staying indifferent, Sigmas force manipulators to reveal their own vulnerabilities, stripping away the illusion of control. In a world where fear is a currency, Sigma males refuse to spend it. Their courage, paired with their ability to remain unfazed, not only neutralizes evil, but also empowers those who are watching. When fear no longer works, evil people lose their greatest tool, and that's why Sigma males are their ultimate nightmare. Number 4, they create environments where evil cannot thrive, changing the game by just existing. Sigma males have a unique ability to transform the spaces they occupy, often without even trying. Their mere presence disrupts the delicate ecosystems that manipulators and toxic individuals rely on to thrive. How? By embodying qualities that directly counteract everything evil needs to survive: authenticity, independence, and critical thinking. Evil people feed off chaos, blind loyalty, and unquestioning compliance. They manipulate groupthink and exploit those who follow the crowd. But Sigma males operate outside these dynamics. They don't conform to group hierarchies, and they encourage others to think for themselves, simply by leading through example. This subtle yet powerful influence creates an atmosphere where deception struggles to take root. In a room full of followers, the Sigma male becomes the quiet disruptor. They don't push their opinions or demand attention, but their grounded presence inspires others to question the status quo. This shift is deadly to manipulators who rely on blind trust and compliance to remain in control. When people start thinking critically, lies unravel, motives are questioned, and the foundation of manipulation crumbles. Furthermore, Sigma males create a sense of emotional safety for those around them. By refusing to play into power dynamics or toxic drama, they set a tone of calm independence that others gravitate toward. This environment of authenticity leaves no room for the deceit, control, or intimidation that evil thrives on. Ultimately, Sigma males don't need to fight evil directly. They dismantle its power by creating spaces where it simply cannot function. This ability to influence without force is what makes them so dangerous to those who rely on manipulation. In their presence, the truth is louder, minds are sharper, and evil has nowhere to hide. Number 5, they operate outside of morality, but with justice, unpredictable and unstoppable. Sigma males don't adhere to society's rigid definitions of morality. They aren't bound by conventional rules, traditions, or the idea of right and wrong dictated by external forces. Instead, they live by their own internal code of justice, a deeply personal set of principles that prioritize fairness, truth, and integrity over societal expectations. This independence makes them a wild card, impossible for evil people to predict or control. Evil individuals thrive in systems where morality can be bent to serve their agenda. They manipulate societal norms, exploit loopholes, and weaponize people's sense of guilt or duty. But Sigma males are immune to these traps. They don't feel the need to conform to a collective moral framework, which removes one of the primary tools manipulators use to exert influence. What makes Sigma males so dangerous to those with evil intent is their unique approach to justice. While most people are bound by rules that limit their responses, Sigma males act with calculated precision, choosing actions that align with their own code rather than society's expectations. If this means bending the rules to dismantle a toxic person or situation, they'll do it without hesitation and without remorse. This unorthodox approach terrifies manipulators because it leaves them with no clear way to anticipate or counteract the Sigma's moves. Evil relies on predictability, and when faced with someone who doesn't play by the same rules, their carefully constructed strategies fall apart. Sigma males aren't reckless or lawless, but their ability to operate outside traditional moral boundaries allows them to deliver justice in ways that are effective and decisive. For those who deal in lies, control, and corruption, this makes them a formidable and unstoppable force. Number 6. Their moral ambiguity keeps them unreadable, the fear of what can't be predicted. Evil people thrive on predictability. They manipulate others by exploiting patterns of behavior, societal norms, and the need to conform. But Sigma males are an enigma, operating in a gray zone that's impossible to decode. Their moral ambiguity, rooted in their refusal to adhere strictly to societal rules, makes them unreadable. And for those with malicious intent, that's terrifying. Sigma males don't subscribe to the black and white morality that governs most people's decisions. They act according to their own internal logic and principles, which don't always align with what society considers right or wrong. This ambiguity frustrates evil people, who depend on others to follow predictable paths. When a Sigma male doesn't react the way they expect or refuses to play along, the manipulator's plans unravel. This lack of adherence to rigid norms also means Sigma males are hard to pin down. They can't be labeled as good or bad, and their actions often appear unpredictable to outsiders. Evil people find this deeply unsettling because it strips them of control. A Sigma male may choose to walk away from a situation entirely, or they might strike with precision when least expected. Either way, they don't follow a script, and that uncertainty is enough to keep manipulators on edge. What makes this even more effective is the Sigma's calm confidence. They don't feel the need to explain or justify their actions, leaving their intentions a mystery. For those who seek to exploit predictability, the Sigma male's unreadable nature becomes an insurmountable obstacle. Ultimately, this moral ambiguity isn't about a lack of values, it's about freedom from imposed rules. Sigma males choose their own path, and their refusal to conform makes them untouchable, unpredictable, and deeply feared by anyone trying to manipulate them. Number 7. Their respect is rare and conditional, a devastating blow to fragile egos. For evil people, respect isn't just something they crave, it's something they demand. They build their power on manipulation, intimidation, and the illusion of authority, expecting others to fall in line without question. But Sigma males refuse to play by those rules. Their respect isn't given freely or out of obligation, it's earned. And that deliberate withholding of respect shakes the very foundation of those who rely on dominance to feel important. Sigma males are not impressed by titles, power, or superficial displays of authority. They see through the facade and evaluate people based on substance, character, and authenticity. For manipulators, this is infuriating. They thrive on external validation to prop up their fragile egos, and when a Sigma male doesn't acknowledge their perceived superiority, it feels like a direct attack. What's worse for evil individuals is that they can't force respect out of a Sigma male. Threats, coercion, and mind games don't work on someone who's indifferent to external approval. Instead, their dismissal acts as a mirror, reflecting back the emptiness of the manipulator's tactics. Without the respect they desperately seek, their sense of control begins to erode. Sigma males also know the power of selective respect. By withholding it from those who don't deserve it, they force others to confront their own inadequacies. This silent judgment is more powerful than any confrontation, because it leaves manipulators grappling with the one thing they fear most: irrelevance. In a world where many people give respect out of fear or obligation, Sigma males stand apart. Their respect is a rare currency, and evil people, who thrive on validation, crumble when they realize they'll never earn it. Number 8. Unorthodox thinking patterns. The fear of what can't be anticipated. Evil individuals thrive in predictability. They rely on their ability to manipulate standard reactions, exploit routines, and anticipate the moves of those they seek to control. But Sigma males are a different breed entirely. They think outside the box, shattering the conventional patterns that manipulators depend on. Their unorthodox thinking makes them impossible to predict, and therefore impossible to control. Sigma males don't approach problems or conflicts the way most people do. While others follow societal norms, pre-programmed responses, or emotional impulses, Sigmas take a step back, analyze the situation from angles no one else considers, and develop solutions that often catch everyone off guard. This unpredictability unnerves evil people, who are accustomed to staying one step ahead of their targets. It's not just about problem solving, it's about seeing possibilities that others miss. Sigma males aren't bound by the limitations of tradition or the fear of breaking rules. They're willing to take unconventional routes, question authority, or even dismantle systems if it serves the greater purpose of resolving the issue. This free-flowing, boundaryless way of thinking creates a mental chess game where Sigma males are always several moves ahead. Manipulators by nature operate within a framework of predictability. They craft scenarios to provoke specific reactions, but when faced with a Sigma male's unconventional thought process, their plans unravel. The Sigma's refusal to conform, paired with their ability to adapt and innovate, leaves evil individuals scrambling to adjust, often to no avail. Unorthodox thinking isn't just a skill for Sigma males, it's their weapon. It gives them the power to outmaneuver those with malicious intent, rendering evil plans ineffective and ensuring that no manipulator ever feels comfortable under their watchful, calculating gaze. Number 9. Indifference to social repercussions, the power of living beyond the crowd. For evil people, social ostracization is a weapon of choice. They thrive on isolating others, using the fear of rejection and social exclusion to control and manipulate. Whether it's spreading rumors, creating divisions, or playing mind games, they rely on the threat of losing social standing to keep others in line. But for Sigma males, social repercussions are meaningless. Their self-worth doesn't come from fitting in, and their happiness isn't tethered to the approval of others. Sigma males live by their own rules, disconnected from the societal pressures that bind most people. They don't rely on friendships, social status, or the approval of a group to validate their existence. This independence creates an impenetrable shield against the manipulative forces that evil people use to maintain power. Social ostracization holds no weight when it doesn't affect you. What makes this indifference so devastating to manipulators is that it removes one of their primary tools of control. When evil people see that their threats of social exclusion won't have the desired effect, their power dissipates. They can't isolate someone who doesn't care about belonging. Sigma males know that the opinions of the masses are fleeting and irrelevant, and this unshakable mindset makes them virtually untouchable. Evil thrives on conformity, on people bending to the will of a group. Sigma males disrupt this by standing apart, confident in their autonomy. Their refusal to engage in social power struggles renders the manipulator's tactics ineffective and leaves them with nothing to leverage. In a world that often values social approval above all else, Sigma males' indifference becomes their ultimate weapon. Number 10. Exposing the truth, unmasking evil with precision. Evil people thrive in the shadows, hiding behind lies, half-truths, and carefully constructed facades. Their power comes from deception, keeping others in the dark while they manipulate and control. But Sigma males are their worst nightmare. With their sharp intuition and relentless curiosity, Sigmas excel at uncovering hidden truths and exposing the ugly realities that manipulators work so hard to conceal. What sets Sigma males apart is their ability to see beyond surface appearances. They don't take things at face value or accept information blindly. Instead, they analyze, question, and observe. Their introspective nature allows them to spot inconsistencies and identify patterns others miss. They have an almost uncanny ability to piece together the puzzle and uncover what's lurking beneath the surface. Once the truth is uncovered, Sigma males aren't afraid to broadcast it, but they do so with precision and purpose. They don't resort to loud confrontations or messy drama. Instead, they present the truth calmly and factually, ensuring it's impossible to ignore or dismiss. This methodical exposure is devastating to manipulators who rely on secrecy to maintain their power. Even more unsettling for evil individuals is the Sigma male's lack of fear. Manipulators often try to intimidate or silence those who threaten to expose them, but Sigmas are immune to such tactics. They don't seek approval or fear retaliation, which gives them the freedom to act without constraint. By unmasking lies and revealing the truth, Sigma males strip manipulators of their power. The facade crumbles, their influence wanes, and they're left vulnerable and exposed. In a world where deception often reigns, Sigma males act as a disruptive force, proving that the truth, when wielded with purpose, can be the ultimate weapon against evil. Number 11. Subtle sabotage, quietly disrupting evil plans. When a Sigma male is wronged, they don't react with dramatic outbursts or obvious retaliation. Instead, they operate in the shadows, striking back with subtlety and precision. This form of quiet vengeance, subtle sabotage, is terrifying to manipulators and evil individuals. Why? Because it's effective, untraceable, and dismantles their schemes without giving them a chance to counterattack. Sigma males are masters of strategy. They don't rush into confrontations or make impulsive decisions. Instead, they take their time to analyze the situation, identify the weaknesses in their adversary's plan, and strike when it will have the greatest impact. Their actions are so discreet that the manipulator often doesn't realize they've been sabotaged until their entire plan has fallen apart. What makes this approach so dangerous is that Sigma males don't seek recognition for their retaliation. They don't need others to know they've won. This lack of ego-driven behavior makes their moves even harder to detect. Manipulators who thrive on control and dominance are left in a state of confusion, unable to pinpoint where or how their plans went wrong. This quiet form of sabotage isn't about revenge for its own sake, it's about restoring balance. Sigma males aren't interested in pointless conflict. They act only when necessary, and their actions are always deliberate, whether it's exposing lies, undermining toxic hierarchies, or simply removing themselves from a manipulator's influence in a way that leaves a lasting void. Their subtle retaliation is devastatingly effective. By refusing to engage in open battles, Sigma males avoid giving manipulators the attention or power they crave. Instead, they dismantle malicious plans piece by piece, leaving no room for recovery. It's this calm, strategic approach to dealing with wrongdoers that makes them an unstoppable force in any conflict. Conclusion: why evil will always fear you. At the core of it, Sigma males are the kind of people the world doesn't see coming. You're not loud, flashy, or eager for validation, but you don't need to be. What sets you apart, your independence, self-awareness, and refusal to play by anyone's rules, is what makes evil people fear you. They thrive on control, manipulation, and deception, but none of that works on you. You're unpredictable, unshakable, and unwilling to compromise your principles just to fit in. The truth is, being a Sigma male isn't always easy. Walking your own path means you'll face resistance, misunderstanding, and at times, isolation. But here's the thing: your strength doesn't come from following the crowd. It comes from knowing who you are. Evil people fear you because they can't control you. They can't rattle you. They can't force you to play their game. And when they try, they find themselves outmatched by your calm, calculated way of dismantling their tactics. So take this as a reminder. Your individuality is your power. Your ability to stay grounded in a chaotic world is your weapon. You don't need to shout to be heard or fight for attention to make an impact. Simply by existing on your own terms, you challenge everything evil people depend on. Keep being you. Keep thinking deeply. acting intentionally, and refusing to compromise your values for anyone. You don't need to fit into a mold or seek approval to be effective. The world, and the people trying to manipulate it, will always fear the person who stands alone, steady and unyielding. And that person, that's you.